So now we'll make this part as a dynamic. So instead of setting a static URL, so what we can do is, like, instead of this project ID, we'll use the project ID which we are already having on, as well as for the file name, the extension. So we'll use the file name which we have created here. So file name here. So we can pass this URL in the resolve instead of this random message. So now, like, once this file has been get uploaded, so we'll be having this URL. So we'll pass this URL to our WhatsApp handler. So here what we'll do is, like, we'll use that URL and send this message to WhatsApp. So we can change this naming, like, instead of bucket stream, like media URL, and then we'll have one more logic, that is like a Twilio part. So the first part has been get completed, like uploading a file to our cloud storage and getting that file path. So we have made this bucket as public, so we can access this path from anywhere. So now we'll start with the second part, that is like a Twilio part. So if you are a new user, like if you are not sure of what is Twilio, like so Twilio for the WhatsApp, for using the WhatsApp, so we'll be using Twilio as a Twilio. So for this Twilio, what is needed is, like, we have to first create an account. So we'll just go to the twilio.com. So if you're a new user, like just click on sign up page, so which will be available here. So once it is available, just fill the forms, and so once you fill the form, you will be getting a confirmation email. Then make a confirmation. So once that is done, you will be getting an account. So there you can fill out the details, like what is the purpose of creating a project. So you can choose any WhatsApp message, and if you are a developer, you can choose yes. Then you can choose the development method which you want to do, like either Node.js or Python or PHP, whatever you like. So once it is done, you will be getting a dashboard page like this. So we'll be having a home page like this, like with the dashboard and all those billing stuffs. So for a trial account, you'll be having a $15. So for the testing purpose, we can use this one. And if you want to go like a production purpose, like you can buy a number and you can make a recharge. So those things you can do it at later. So we'll be using this account. Let me refresh this page. So we'll be making use of this account ID and this auth token for our in our Node application. So to send a message from our Node.js. So we'll use this part in our application. So once a project has been created, so we can click on here, programmable messaging. So once you click programmable messaging, you can see the WhatsApp option here. So just click it out. So once an account has been created, we'll be do one final verification. Like the thing is, like, you have to create a number in your contact. So once this number has been created, so just open WhatsApp, so like this, and we'll be having that number, all those details, like here. So the next part is, like, we have to connect it with the Twilio. So for this, we'll be using this code. So we'll just copy this code as it is, and we'll paste it in this tab. So now the communication between this WhatsApp account and this Twilio account is being done. So so this is the way we have to set that Twilio account. So it's an easy one. So you can look at the documentation. You do the process. So the next thing what we'll do is, like so we'll use this Twilio in our cloud function. So for this, what we have to do is, like, we have to install Twilio in our Twilio package in our cloud function. So the first thing what we'll do is, like, we'll install Twilio. So So meantime, what we can do is like we'll go to the const file, and then we'll create two more const file, that is like a account SID, and we'll copy that one as well from the Twilio dashboard, and then the auth token. So we'll copy and paste these two configurations here. So we'll just export these two guys. Account SID and the auth token. So now we'll just copy this account SID as well as this auth token. So this is a unique one, so you can have it in your const directory. Don't try to copy this one, because like I'll be deleting this project, this Twilio account, after completing this process. So there is no need, like you can use this one. So once this part is done, we'll wait for this Twilio package to be get installed. So we are doing it in a wrong place, like it should be in the functions directory. So only in the functions directory we are having the node modules. So now we'll install Twilio. And one more thing, we have to have it here. Sender mobile number and the receiver mobile number. So we are going to hard code these numbers for now. So if you're going to make it a dynamic one, like you can keep the sender mobile number. So that's the number we'll be having in from the Twilio. So you can just go to this WhatsApp side. You can copy this number as well. So it should be like so this one should be with type like WhatsApp colon number. So we don't want these extra spaces, this extra details, and then the receiver's number. WhatsApp. So we'll give this number. So we'll hit save, and we'll copy these two things here as well. So for the receiver, just give your mobile number, then you will be receiving this data, I mean the PDF file. So now we'll go back to our cloud function, the index file, and then we'll copy this account SID, auth token, sender mobile number, and receiver mobile number. So all these things. So now we'll set up our Twilio configuration. So the similar way what we have done for cloud storage. So we'll do the setup of Twilio. So here what we'll do is like so first we'll check whether the package has been added. Twilio package, so it's been added, so we can proceed further. So first we'll import the Twilio library. So const Twilio library equal to require Twilio. So then now we'll do the setups. That's initial configuration, client equal to Twilio library, and then here we pass the account SID and auth token. So these two things will be get passed out here. So now we'll go to our WhatsApp function handler. So here what we'll do is like we'll try to send the message. So for that we'll write up some logics. Client messages dot create. So inside this, so the from address would be like a sender mobile number, and the to address would be the receiver mobile number. The body will be like a date tracker report. And then we'll pass the media URL, that is the URL which we have received. So here instead of media URL we'll change it to URL, or we can give the name like bucket URL. Then we pass this thing here, and then what we can do is catch the success part, that is like once a message has been sent successfully, so we'll show this conversation, and if it doesn't, then we'll show an error. So we'll handle the error block, error sending data, error in Twilio. So we'll give the error, and here what we'll do is like we'll add the conversation and check your WhatsApp number, check your WhatsApp report. We don't want this message here, so just make it as an empty one. Save this guy, and that's it with the Twilio part. Like let us deploy this guy and see whether we are getting our PDF report in WhatsApp. So let this function get deployed. So meantime what we can do is like we can clear this test, we can reset the test, then we'll open the GCP console again, like whether we are getting the second report or not. So we can close this Twilio documentations. So we'll wait for the deployment. So we'll open up this bucket. So now this bucket has been available. Suppose if you want to make it as a production one, like you want, if you are doing an application or an action using WhatsApp, so in that case if you want to do production, so there are some onboarding process for this thing. You have to submit a form, so the WhatsApp will be looking at your use cases, and if it is feasible they'll be doing an approval. Then you have to buy a number, and then you can make your action or your chatbot to be a live one. So since for this video or the series, like we've been just using our trial account, so you can look at the other options which have been provided. So using this Twilio account, what are the things we can do is like we can send an image. So in the media URL, like instead of PDF, you can send an image, video, audio, and even for you can send in live locations. Those things you can do it out. So those things we can do it as a separate video, like what are the media files we can add it on. So we'll wait for this deployment to get completed. if possible, like we'll try move these functions to a separate file, so it will be much cleaner. We'll make this part as a cleaner one. So we'll remove this comments which is not needed. Could not read source directory, remove links and shortcuts, try again. Why we have given those things? They are not given anywhere. So we'll redeploy it again one more time and see what happens. Okay, we'll see this function here as well. So we'll wait for the deployment to get completed. So once it is done, we'll test our action. So now the deployment gets completed. So we'll test our action. So
Got it. Getting the test version of Day Tracker. Welcome to Day Tracker. Did you went out today?
So we'll choose no.
Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
So we'll choose yes.
Here is the list of places you have visited. Would you like to receive the report?
So we'll choose yes, and in meantime we'll make a confirmation.
Would you like to receive the report through email or WhatsApp?
So now we'll make a confirmation that there is no message being received in WhatsApp as well as in our bucket, S3 bucket, sorry, it's the cloud storage bucket. We didn't receive any new PDF files rather than the first one. So now we'll choose the PDF file. So in the WhatsApp option. So now we'll go back to our WhatsApp account. So there is something went wrong. So we'll choose WhatsApp one more time. So there is no response, which means like there is something went wrong. So first we'll see like whether the cloud function as this. Okay, we are having 3 set of PDF files, but we didn't receive any file here. So we check the logs in Twilio as well. So what was the issue? So we'll choose the programmable messaging. So we'll see the logs. So from this WhatsApp, it has tried to send this media URL, but it has been failed. So the media failed to download. So which means like so from this number we are sending it to this number, okay, and then the media gets played to download. So first we make sure like this part we are having this extension as well. So first we'll check the metadata, like sometime the application/PDF, so this one is correct. Then we'll check our permissions. So we'll see for the all user we have given the access like a storage admin, so this one is correct. For the cloud storage we have given the full control access. This part is fine. So we'll go back here to our message section. So we're given the body and the URL as well. So what we'll do is like we'll move this part to a separate function, and we'll make an await over there. Then we'll get the constant WhatsApp response. Then we'll send WhatsApp message. Then we'll pass this bucket URL which we received. So now first we'll create this function. URL. So we'll return it as a new promise. Have the result. So inside here what we will do is like just cut this code along, then we'll pause this guy, then we'll get this URL here. Okay, I think the reason, so we'll pause this URL. So instead of conversation we'll resolve like check your WhatsApp. Then we'll add this resolve here. So client message create, and we'll be having the from to body and this media URL. So now we'll redeploy this function one more time. So we'll make sure like the URL which we are sending is the project ID along with the file name which we are having on. So we'll wait for this deployment to get completed, then we'll check our so we'll see the log one more time. So video is failed in the sense like there might be two reasons. One, the URL is not matched. So the contents of this URL is failure at time. So this is the name. Okay, I think the URL which we have browsed out is a wrong one, I feel. So whereas here we'll just copy this one and check it out. So it's like the bucket name. So what we have paused is the project name. So if you see here, like we have paused the project ID. So we should pause the bucket name first. So we made the mistake. So what we can do is like we'll change this guy in the PDF upload. So instead of project ID, we'll pass this bucket name. So now it will be perfect. So once it is deployed, we'll redeploy it again and we'll see. So now it will be working on. So we can check what was the issue in the console. So what was the URL being sent. So that's the reason we are not receiving the PDF file. So if we open this one, okay. So from the storage we could able to open the PDF file. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes for the deployment to be get completed. So once it is done, we'll test our action one more time so that we can see that the PDF file is being available in the WhatsApp account. So we'll wait for the deployment to get completed, and then we have to redeploy it again since we have made changes in the project. Instead of project name, we have updated as bucket name. So that change we have to update. So the deployment is completed. So first we'll make a check here. So whether this change is being updated, like the bucket name is being added here, else we'll redeploy it. So we'll click on the source. Then we'll open the index.js file. So we'll open the PDF data. Okay, here it is not uploaded, so I mean updated. So we'll redeploy it one more time. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes. So we'll open the storage bucket. So the deployment is getting started. Node.js is getting updated. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll test our action. the deployment is completed. So we'll test our action one more time.
Got it. Getting the test version of Day Tracker. Welcome to Day Tracker. Did you went out today?
I will choose no.
Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
Yes.
Here is the list of places you have visited. Would you like to receive the report?
So we'll choose yes.
Would you like to receive the report through email or WhatsApp?
So now we'll choose WhatsApp, and then we'll go to our WhatsApp.
Checker WhatsApp.
So we have received our report here. So the day tracker report.pdf file. So we'll just download it here. So meantime, what we can see, like, so we have received the message like check your WhatsApp as well. So those two parts been working. So we have downloaded this PDF file. So here you can see the report as it is, like what we have received for the mail. Similarly, we have received the same thing from our cloud storage. So which means like this part is also working fine. So that's how we'll be implementing the option of sending a report to WhatsApp by uploading this PDF file to our cloud storage. From there, we'll be using Twilio to send this message to our WhatsApp account. So I think like we have completed this part, like integrating the WhatsApp, so that along with like sending the report to our WhatsApp number. So I've been using a hard-coded number. So if you want to have a dynamic one, so in that case we have to make some few tweaks, like you have to get the user's WhatsApp number, and then you can send it to their number. So for now we'll keep it simple. So if you want to make it to be a complex one, you can do it out. So you can make experiments with that one. And so this part has been completed, like sending reports through email as well as WhatsApp. So till this we have completed. So the final thing is like we have to close the conversation with a thank you message. So that will do it, and then we have to refactor the codes, like moving this dialogues and whatever the things which we can move to a const file, we'll move those things. And then so once the refactor part has been completed, then the final thing is like the final case, like if the user doesn't respond, like if there is no input from the user, so we have to handle that case as well. So once it is done, our COVID tracker action has been ready. So that's it for this video. I hope like you have learned something from this, like how to send an how to upload an image on a PDF file to a cloud storage and send it to our WhatsApp account. So we'll see in the next video on how to refactor the code as well as having our final conversation message. So we'll do those things in the next video. Till then, thank you.